Hey guys, today I'm going to be sharing my Sunday lunch with you. So Sunday lunch today is not a regular rice and stew or jollof rice, but I'm making sea bass stew and we're going to have it with air fried plantain and beans. So if you want to see how I made this beautiful sea bass stew which the children can enjoy because it's sea bass fillets, don't forget to sit back, subscribe to Mommy's Yum, and also don't forget to click the like button, smash that button now, support Mommy's Yum to grow before we start, okay? I'm going to be starting by cutting my sea bass. This is sea bass fish. You can use any other fish that you have, and you can also fillet your fish. Filleting is just making sure that you cut off the bone in the middle of the fish. Some fishes cannot be used because they have a lot of bones, but the fishmonger did this for me, so all I'm doing is to just cut it into chunks so that I can do what I want to do with it, okay? So the next thing I'm going to do now is to season my sea bass fillets. Yep, I'm going to season it with salt, black pepper, a little bit of garlic powder, I tried to sprinkle but it didn't come out, so I had to open it up. And then I'm putting my all-purpose seasoning, and that's it. I'm just going to toss everything together, and then I'm going to add a bit of olive oil. Because I'm going to air fry it, I'm adding oil so that when it comes out it doesn't look too dry, so that's why I'm adding olive oil here. And then I'm going to just toss it around again just to make sure that everything is coated perfectly well. So I'm adding my corn flour now. So this is corn flour, and the reason why I'm adding this corn flour and also some paprika because I wanted to is to make it crispy. So when I fry it, it comes out crispy. It comes out, quite crunchy when you are eating it, you know what I mean. So if you have corn flour, you can use corn flour. If you haven't got corn flour, you can use normal flour, or you can also use your pap. Our akamu, our pap powder is also good for it. So that one is set aside now, and the next thing I'm going to do is to cut my ingredients for my stew. So the tomatoes, I'm going to cut them and put in the blender. So here goes in my garlic, just cutting everything, the tomatoes, the garlic, the ginger, just onions, just cut everything and put it in the blender and blend to your taste. I want to blend this to a puree. I forgot to add pepper, so I got one pepper. The pepper is too hot. If I put the seeds, the kids are not going to eat this stew. So because the children are going to eat this stew, I'm removing the seeds from this pepper, and then I'm going to add it into my blend so that everything will blend together. So that's my tomato blend now, which I'm going to put in the pot as you can see, and then allow it to cook until the water dries up. And then the next thing I'm doing now is to air fry my fish. You can air fry, you use your air fryer like I'm using here. I'm using my air fryer. If you don't have an air fryer, you can use your oven too and bake it, or if you are the frying type, you can use oil and fry it as you like. But I don't like frying a lot, so I prefer using the air fryer so that the oil I use won't be much. So my tomatoes are ready now, as you can see. I'm going to be adding tomato puree. That's what makes it reddish, because I didn't use pepper here. So if you haven't got the long peppers, it doesn't matter. You can just use your tomatoes and make your stew. And I'm going to fry my stew now with my oil. And like I always do, I don't fry my stew for long. So I'm going to be adding some seasoning immediately as I'm cooking. Once my tomatoes are frying, I'm going to just add the seasonings. As you can see, You can use the seasonings that you have. So this is just my stew. I'm showing you how I cook mine, so you can follow suit or you can make according to your taste. I'm adding my baking soda now. This baking soda helps to make sure that my tomatoes doesn't have that sharp taste, and I don't need to add too much oil while I'm cooking. So I try to reduce the oil I use in cooking by adding a little bit of baking soda. And then that's it. I add my stock. My stew is getting ready. Add my seasonings again to taste. You can see, just to make sure that I get the taste I want. And my stew is almost ready. And here is my sea bass. The fillets are all air fried. You can see how golden and nice it's looking now. And I'm going to just take it out and then put it into the stew. So here is my stew cooking. Everything is almost done. I'm adding a little bit of basil leaves. I like basil leaves. If you don't have basil leaves, you can actually use a nchang or a firin, a scent leaf in Nigeria that we use, or you can use the curry leaf. We have a local curry leaf that we also use. Cover it and allow it to simmer, and then our stew is ready. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to cut my plantain and air fry it. So as you can see, this is how I'm cutting my plantain. Because I'm going to air fry it, I'm going to cut it into chunks. It's not like our usual fried plantain, so you can call this a roasted plantain or whatever, but this is air fried plantain. It really comes out nice. I prefer this to frying plantain in hot oil. If you're a plantain lover, can you tell me how you do yours? I would like to maybe know how you do your own plantain. So I'm just cutting it into chunks now. If you are still watching, please don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Support Mommy's Yum to grow as always, and please tell me if you try this recipe. I'm just seasoning my plantains now, just with thyme and olive oil and a little bit of salt, and then it goes into the oven. That's my air fryer oven. I call it oven because it's an oven. It's just everything for me. It makes cooking easy for me. And once it's done, that's it. That's our stew ready here. I already have a video on how I make my beans, and you can check the link up there, or you check the link in the description box on how I make my beans. And that's it here. That's our Sunday lunch as against the usual rice. I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye.